What's going on, guys? MultiKillsHD here, as most of you guys probably already know. So guys, in this video today I'm going to be showing you some of the Destiny Alpha Beta multiplayer footage in the single player or story mode in here. And that's going to be on the Xbox 360 today, guys. I haven't got to the, Xbox One buying yet, so, until I eventually do get my Xbox One here, it's going to be all on Xbox 360 footage for a majority of this beta. But anyways, I want to go ahead and talk about all the beta right now and my opinions and thoughts on the beta. And, some of the features that they put in here that I also want to talk about. So, overall, if I would have to rate this game off the top of my head, it is a really, really good game. I'd give it like a 9.5 out of 10. But I want to go ahead and say something right now, because before I even get any further, and I even talk about any other game, I want to make sure to point this out. Titanfall had an amazing beta. Titanfall, the game, was not that amazing of a game, and I want to explain why developers do this. So Titanfall was an amazing game because they picked the favorite map that they knew everybody would enjoy. They knew the favorite guns that everybody would want to enjoy and what they would want to see in Titanfall. And they threw that all together on one map, pretty much, maybe two maps in the rotation, depending on if you got that lucky rotation or not, or if it just stuck on the same map. Which is no different than if Call of Duty would do a beta, for example, Modern Warfare 2, and they only had Rust and, let's go ahead and say, Favela. And those are the only two multiplayer maps that you guys could play. And if you had MW3, the only two maps you had was Mission and Dome. They purposely give you the best, parts of the missions or campaign, and they cut up a little part, and they want to make sure that everybody who plays a beta, pretty much, their overall goal is to make sure that those people buy the game. So, right now, like I said, this game is phenomenal, but that's also pretty much, in hindsight, what they're trying to do on purpose. They want you to buy this game, so they're going to give you the best beta possible, even though the entire game may not represent the same thing. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into this. My initial thought was this boss, which is the first mission that you play on, is pretty good. And we ended up finishing this mission on normal in like 10 minutes or so. But then, Cherry Seaweed and his little bragging with my friend Toombit, they said that he did this on hard with no problem. And I'm like, well, you know what? Let's go ahead and do this on hard. So right now in this gameplay, I'm actually playing on hard mode and story mode, which is like insane on Halo, for example. And to say the least, it's not very fun on hard. It's not like the Halo feeling on hard. Yeah, there is a good achievement if you end up beating the boss, for example, but necessarily it isn't that hard. It's just more or less time consuming than anything. I mean, you guys can see my damage is doing pretty much absolutely none, and we're just sitting here playing the tag game. One person will hit him, one person will duck behind, whoever's not getting shot at will shoot. That's pretty much the overall goal of this, and it seems like this is going to ruin the game in story mode because you can pretty much do this on any map. The reason that this is possible right now and happening, that we just keep tagging back and forth and they just keep coming to us, whatever person that shoots first and then ducks behind, is because there's a delay on the AI. If you guys aren't familiar, the AI is like the computer. It's their system that they build for these fights. And the AI is not that smart, so if you have one person shoot them, that person's focused for, let's say, 5 seconds, for example. The other person has 5 seconds to shoot the person before they duck around the corner, and then the AI locks onto that person. So if you just keep doing that mixed pattern, which, it depends. If you want to play legit and just go all guns blazing in there, and just keep dying and reviving each other like Call of Duty Zombies, yeah, you can do that. Or you could just abuse the system like everybody else is doing right now. Shoot it, run. Shoot it, run. Duck behind something, run. And that seems to be the overall case right now for Destiny. A lot of people are abusing the system in a way. I understand the beta and things like that are going to happen, but if we're only in the first mission of the game and we already found a game vital bug already, that all you had to do is shoot and then hide behind something and then have the other person do the same 10-15 feet away, it's going to be a little bit ridiculous come, to the end of the Destiny beta when everybody is the highest level, because they found a little glitch that should have these bosses on insane hard. So remember that when you're playing the beta, co-op story mode on hard or veteran, whatever you want to call it, you're getting more XP than somebody else, and you're doing less than half the work if you're just sitting there tagging them and then running. I mean, you guys seen on the screen about a minute or so ago that toward the end when we found out the strategy, we didn't take any damage at all, hardly, for quite a good period of time. So with that being said, there's already quite a few flaws I found in the story mode, which is co-op and multiplayer right now. But other than that, if you can get around the boss fights that are pretty much easy to do right now, it's pretty good other than the fact that the bullets do hardly no damage until you're like level 5 or 6. And then once you get the machine guns that do like 50 damage per hit and they have 90, 70, you know, round clips, it gets a little bit easier and it's pretty complex. I mean, if you have an eyeball on the screen that you're shooting at, if you shoot it in the actual pupil, you get double points. So there's a lot of definitely creativity in this, and they really did it really well. They made sure that, you know, you had to think, what would you have to do to get more damage, or what would you do to kill this? They put a lot of thought and effort into some of these boss fights that are ridiculous. I mean, some of the things I would have never thought of until like a couple missions later. I'm like, wow, so that's how you do it. It's that kind of feel when you get done with some of these story mode, you know, multiplayer maps. So with regards to the beta, there was a couple things that I really didn't like that they did. One is they forced the co-op multiplayer that you had to play until level 5 on a certain thing, and I'm not talking about like level 5 combat wise, not anything like that. Like, you actually had to do 5 little story mode co-op session things in story mode before you were even allowed to play the multiplayer, which then slowly unlocks. You get domination first and then it goes on from there. But that is why I'm showing this story mode only right now. It's more or less because I just haven't got to level 5 yet. I think I'm at level 4. And we were almost to the end yesterday, and I just rage quit and just couldn't do it anymore. So hopefully on Friday I'll have some good multiplayer footage from you. I'm definitely going to put some serious time into this game because so far it is really amazing, other than the fall with the boss fights right now. But anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys could, please hit the like rating and leave a comment for me. It really does help me a lot. Until next time, guys, I'm MultiKillsHD, and I'm out. Peace.